from Jesus.
Today's word is reciprocity. Reciprocity. Don't ask me to do a damn thing that you wouldn't do for me.
Hello everyone, I hope all is well. Now listen, in the latest Jacqueline Suzette Wright Johnson's news, I have something for you. There's an update and a very salacious update. Something to add to why she was arrested and part of the reason she now sits in jail. But before I get to that, for those people who are not caught up with the latest on Jaguar, please watch my last video on her and get updated. Now this, what I'm going to present to you, is the true definition of fuck around and find out. Now listen to this. Now hold on, before I get into this, I want to give you a backstory on what you are about to listen to. Now this lady, this is Genesis. She's the person that offered to help Jaguar when she came out of jail the last time, or was it the time before? Anyway, I don't recall, but this is the lady who LAGENA now lives with. Okay, now she's having a conversation with Sean Davy Way, and she made a revelation. Yes, she made a revelation, something that was suspected all along. However, there was no confirmation to the fact that this actually occurred. Now she's admitting that this is what really happened. And frankly, at this point, from everything we have seen and from the things we know, that now it is more of an expectation that Jackie will end up back in jail, because she steps into her own way on purpose. Now let's listen to Genesis.
Shout out to you. So with this whole situation of you and in this situation with you and Jaguar, you and Jaguar were friends. You came onto my show after Jaguar came live and came after you. You came over, so we already did that, y'all. So if y'all want to go watch that interview that I did with Genesis, Jaguar said a lot of selected things about her, and it wasn't cool. So I definitely let Genesis come speak for herself, and just you gotta worry about.
Now you see, Jaguar always blows up the bridge as she crosses. Now this is the lady whose address she used when she was bonded out of jail. This is the lady whose card she also used to order the $100 and something dollar seafood platter. She wanted a whole spread. Jaguar just exploits people, and she's extravagant on other people's money. And then she turned on this woman. Now listen.
Try to hear you like your voice. Let me give you a voice. You go boom. So we did that. Jaguar knew that I was doing it because I'm not fake. I like to let everybody know that I'm dealing with what's going on. So a blind side could feel like you're lying when you're really not. You're just not telling the person. So, see where I come in on this, because again, I had nothing to do with it. But let's start. So you and Jaguar, after that, there was still beef with y'all after you did the interview with me. There was still a problem, I should say. She still had a problem with you. You were pretty much 86ing her, cutting off the relationship with Jaguar. But she wasn't done with you. She kept going a little bit, and then she kind of, got arrested. So you called me, what was it, the morning of or the night before Jaguar got arrested, and you told me that Jaguar was calling LAGENA and threatening to call CPS on you, correct?
Why is Jackie always onto the children? Everything for her has to do with children. You see how vindictive she is? She's calling CPS on this lady who extended her home opened up her home to her and also extended a helping hand and her wallet.
Yes, that was the night before.
Okay. So we talked on the phone and you were telling me like, okay, well, I'm gonna call the police, stuff like that, which you have every right. I'm like, yeah, if somebody's threatening you or your children or getting, people removed in your home for no reason, you have every right. I mean, I'm a father, so I'm not going to be against that at all. And I did say that. I'm just like, okay, do you think?
And she had called several times throughout the week. And then finally what happened is that on the 14th that morning, she wasn't calling me. She was actually calling Gina. Then she was calling Shaka. Then she'd call Lazine. Then she'd go back to Shaka. Then she'd go back. She was just having a ring around the rosy of people that she's calling.
Listen, Jaguar definitely is possessed by the harassing spirit.
Called me, and that was on that morning that she got arrested. She called me on the 14th at I think it was 11 o'clock in the morning.
And while she was calling you throughout the week, what was she saying to you?
Basically, she was trying to convince Shaka and Azine that they need to leave my house because there's some person, a bunch of different people emailing her saying that they're going to call CPS on them because they're staying on this house because they used to be in carbonation and around some about the kids or something like that. Just some old made up bullshit.
So, when did you decide to call? You got me playing on another device. It's fine. It's going to be echo. So when did you decide to, what, enough is enough? What was the straw that broke the camel's back?
Well, she hadn't been talking to me, Shaka and them, what I'm saying? They were laughing it off, what I'm saying? They'd stay on the phone. She'd be on the phone for like an hour or an hour and a half, just basically repeating, you guys really need trying to convince them because I guess she was mad that LaGena had decided to stay here. And so, I guess she was trying to get them to leave from over here. Like, y'all need to get your own place and get away from her. It's toxic, whatever, making up all these things, right? Because LaGena had came here. And now all of a sudden, before this, she was not calling them saying all that. But before LaGena came over here, she was not calling them with this urgency of, you need to get out of here. What I'm saying? She was coming over and recording music. Now, all of a sudden, LaGena decided she didn't want to go to Shreveport. She's calling
No, from the time I started speaking on Jaguar and LaGena, I said that LaGena would be the bane of Jaguar's existence. She would be the thorn in her side that she couldn't get rid of. You see, LaGena really played Jaguar. LaGena is way smarter than Jaguar.
Every night, like almost like a thing. Well, I need to break that whole thing up. You think, like almost feeling like I did something to her. So finally, that morning on the 14th, she called me and she's like, I don't like how you played this. And I'm saying, how I played what?
And this is Jaguar.
Yeah, you inserted yourself into stuff that you didn't have anything business doing, and this, that, the other. And then when you went and helped LaGena or whatever, when you told everybody that it was you that helped that got LaGena, this, that, the other, you weren't supposed to tell nobody that. And when you help somebody, you're not supposed to let everybody know. And then she quoted a Bible verse, and then she went on to tell me that you know what you.
Oh, Jackie, you realize what happened there? She wanted to be the hero. She wanted to be perceived as the hero. So when Genesis said, well, I was the one who did what I had to do for LaGena, she was mad. Because remember, she was coming out publicly and saying that she did all these things. She has this complex. She really suffers from an inferiority complex.
You're gonna die and you're gonna have a heart attack. You about to this, that, the other. Just wishing death and on me, and CPS is gonna come and take your children, and you're gonna lose everything. Just basically spewing a bunch of hatred towards me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like thinking to myself, I put my whole house up, put your name as bond. You know what I'm saying? I was a witness on your bond.
Listen, upon further thought, all these people deserve each other. Because Genesis, she too has a complex. She has a damn savior complex.
You know what I'm saying? When you came into town and you needed somewhere to drop off your mother, I was that place to drop your mother and Sam off. I was the one who was helping you this whole time. It's bad enough you already sent out a message saying that we ain't friends. I'm like, well, why are you dropping your mother over my house? The whole thing just accumulated into a whole like thing. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I need to take my name above this bond. Now, all the way up until this point, the bail bonds had told us, listen, you cannot take your name off the bond.
That is how y'all got her arrested. But it wasn't that. The
No.
only way that it was the other way around. The only way to get your name off the bail to revoke it is if she was arrested. Not
Right.
Got her arrested. Okay. So
that's the reason why she got arrested. I made sure she got arrested because I'm like, get my name off of here. You're not going to threaten me and keep calling my house. And then after she got off the phone with me, she got on the phone with the Zines for another hour. And that whole time she was on the phone with his name for an hour, I was calling the bail bondsman, finding out she had a warrant. I finally found out she had a warrant.
How are you going to fall out with the only person who held the key to your freedom? Wow.
Because up until then, she didn't have no warrant. So I found out she had a warrant, and I said, okay, well, we need to figure something out because she's out of town, and I don't want to be responsible for her being. First of all, it's actually disrespectful. You didn't go to court. So on top of you not going to court on time, you leave in town. You know what I'm saying? It's bad enough you got arrested while you were on bond. So at any time of those times, when she got arrested, that bond would have been called, and Regina would have been responsible for $1,500. And if she's out of town, guess whose house they're about to come to looking for her? If she goes out of town and she got a warrant for her arrest, you know what I'm saying? That means that the bond now becomes payable. I'm not trying to wait till she get pulled over or arrested any other way. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that we are in control of what happens so that we can say, okay, take us off. We don't owe the courts anything. Because she don't have no disregard into what we put our name on the line for.
Yeah. But no.
No, I skipped to the part that I thought you might be interested in. Now listen to this.
Like, she got to deal with that with you. Like, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not about to answer it. I'm not about to speak for Jaguar. I'm not about to fight for her with this. She need to do it. Y'all had a friendship. Y'all was cool with each other. Y'all know.
No. She said she was never my friend. Remember, I don't see how I could be your friend. How could you ever think that I was your friend? How could you ever think? All dramatic at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you don't take your ass to bed and pack up your clothes, you're about to get evicted tomorrow. If she wouldn't have been doing that live, packing up instead, then she probably wouldn't have been in the situation she would have been. She would have got her shit out that morning, and it wouldn't have been so dramatic. I think she purposely waited for them to evict so she can try to get some money up or something. I don't know. To me, it doesn't make any sense when you knew that you had to. But that's another story.
And
what do you mean?
Left with you, right?
Huh?
Regina left you after that.
Yeah, well, I think she saw that letter on the door and was like, you know what, it's time for me to go. Because that letter was sitting right on that door as soon as I pulled up to drop them off. Big old yellow letter.
Do you think that as a power move, is you like taking Legina?
No, Legina decided that why would it be a power move to have another extra person in the house that's not bringing any money in? That's not a power move. That's a... When she started talking about my dead child's father and I killed my child's father, I was like trying to get it off of there that next day, and they wouldn't let us do it. They was like, no, you can't do, because it was Monday. She said that shit on Sunday. I called, okay, Legina. I woke up Monday like, okay, we need to get this shit done. And they were like, you cannot remove your name off the bond, and thus the person gets arrested. You have to keep it on there. You can't take your address off of there. You can't change nothing. And they need to have a warrant to be arrested.
Again, Legina did not know that you were planning on getting Jaguar arrested with set information.
She didn't know that part. She didn't know that yeah. But she did know that yeah.
Okay. That's all. That's all. Because this is what I'm saying. Nothing, you didn't do anything wrong per se, besides just didn't fully communicate to the people that you were dealing with what you were doing. That's all. But Jaguar going to jail and you putting her in jail, I don't have nothing to say against that. I mean,
hey, it worked out for Legina too, because now she ain't got to pay $1,500.
You proud of that?
Hey.
So
You don't talk shit when somebody got their goddamn your name on you're bonded to someone's house and they doing all this shit for you. Get the fuck out of here.
I am not arguing with that.
You don't get to call me threatening CPS doing it. Okay, bitch. Then well, guess what? Guess who's going? Instead of you calling CPS, guess what's gonna happen?
Guys, these were the actions of the self-proclaimed intelligent Jaguar. Man, that was less than smart.
I cannot.
I'm gonna take my name off this shit. You got a warrant. I'm gonna let them know where you at. That's it. And I don't want people get mad at me, but okay, whatever. But I bet you that maybe she won't do that no more. And make sure make sure you go to court next time. Go to court, dude. And took her ass to court because that's disrespectful. Like, first of all, don't nobody got to sign and bond you out. She could have just stayed in jail and just did her little time until the end of that time. But then she gets out of jail after she gets bonded out and goes back to them and does some other shit. So she don't have no respect for what nobody does for her.
She just said that she didn't tell that little freak LAGENA to bail her out.
Right.
Like, well, girl, you would have still been in there. You should at least be grateful. She's like, nah, because I'm like,
exactly. So right. And so what do you think she's gonna do if someone bond her out? No, she didn't appreciate the shit when she got bailed out this time.
Well, maybe she appreciated this time.
Man, fuck that. She need to learn her lesson of when someone bonds you out, you don't fucking just go to the main.
Why the hell does she even have to be in jail to be bonded out? I mean, come on.
Mayor's office and doing stupid shit. What the fuck? Let's leave town and be in the pool. Let me talk some shit to the person that bailed me out. What kind of shit is that? Let me call you and harass you.
I wouldn't talk. I would have treated you like a princess.
And then miss the court date? Are you crazy? You didn't even show up to court. Like, the whole thing is like, what? And I'm supposed to keep my name on that? No. And then let you just wander freely through and eventually get arrested? No, I ain't got time for that. Deal with your shit. Take care of your shit, man. Take care of your shit. You got a warrant for your arrest now. Take care of your shit. Shit behind bars, okay? Yeah, talk that shit behind bars. That's what you get. You know what I'm saying? That's why you in there. And you killed your child's father. And knowing that she fucked my child's father and all kind of crazy shit like that.
And oops.
The whole time she was around me, she had the secret that she was fucking my child's father? What kind of... And then, so really, she's got this animosity towards me. I had no idea. That's why she felt like we was never friends, because she'd fucking my child's father.
In your face.
Right, and around me, acting and being cool and everything like that, right? Oh, I want you to be my program director. You know what I'm saying? But me, whatever, man, get out of here. Take your ass to jail.
I said what I said.
Whew. Anyway, as usual, let's continue the conversation down in the comment section. And as always, stay safe and be self-aware and subscribe for more snippets of wisdom and real talk. See you in the next video.